Welcome back, everybody. Today, I'm going to check out Teddy Swims Lose Control live. At least one person has mentioned this in the comments, maybe two, or maybe it was the same person twice. I'm not sure, but it's got 208 million views in the last year, so doing something right. Not really sure what to expect. A blues thing, I think. Let's get into it.
Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind. How many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone?
It's interesting, like the subject matter, I suppose, like because a lot of this is sort of cliche blues stuff, isn't it? And it's very easy for those things to become cliches, but I suppose cliches certainly start out as truth, right? And I guess the older I get, reflecting on my journey through this life so far, I can relate to these lyrics, And like just here, like before he starts singing, like I was getting the vibe of like James Williamson out of Sleaford Mods or something. I'm not sure why. And he comes in, with this sort of, I don't know what it would be, like some sort of modern rhythm and blues, the voice.
Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door.
Very interesting, like concept, isn't it? Because whether or not you believe that evil or the devil or whatever it is a real tangible thing, I don't really think it makes a difference, right? Because evil spirits, good spirits, right, can metaphorically or otherwise in reality possess us, right? Because where do ideas like come from? Where do thoughts come from? Do we have thoughts? Because it's like, are we? Because we're not our thoughts, right? We can entertain thoughts and dismiss them. We can change our minds. We can select things that that rise up through this stream of consciousness, right? So I find it an interesting idea that thoughts and ideas, they rise up, and it's almost as if they are trying to make themselves manifest in this reality, right? So we have the choice as human beings, right, to select or discard certain things, and they're going to lead us on certain paths, right? And it's that's why it's so important to tell the truth and to be honest with yourself and with others from the beginning, because once you start telling the little lies, you put yourself into a position where you put yourself into a position where you can be on slippery slopes, you know, and descend down into hell, you know, into a hell of your own making, and then the devil will be knocking at the door.
Whoa, out of my mind. How many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones.
I've always found that I was great at being alone, but I think that was just some bizarre coping mechanism, you know, or perhaps even like multiple versions of myself that I developed to cope with that, you know, or probably drinking, I suppose, alcohol, you know, that maybe prevented me from feeling like I was alone, you know, because then I would converse with myself in bizarre and unhealthy ways, and ultimately, of course, I led myself down into hell, you know, and but you know, now metaphorically, I'm the resurrection, you know, I hope, you know, I'm the light, and I can go forth into the world on my own adventure, telling my own truth, you know, doing that kind of thing, you know, just by osmosis, you know, making the world a better place, you know, by making myself better, you know, and yeah, you know.
Don't you know I lose control when you're not next to me? I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can you see? I lose control when you're not next to me.
So this is, he's talking about what, a romantic partner, or is he talking about God, you know, or does it matter, you know, what he's talking about? Because whatever that thing is, you know, actually there was a thing on the wall, maybe at my nan's house when I was a kid, and it was two sets of footprints and then one set of footprints sometimes, and the caption said something like it was a person, you know, speaking to God and saying, you said you'd always be with me along the way, you know, but like, look, you weren't. And then, you know, the God type character, or the other bit of the caption said, you know, those were the times when I carried you. But you know, is that maybe that's like a rose tinted way to look at things, you know, because in tough times, man, it doesn't feel like that, does it? You know, at all. I also love that stabby guitar, the reverb, and the sound of that is beautiful, you know. Bang. Great.
You're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. Problematic. Problem is, I want your body.
I love that light change there as well, and the change in the rhythm of his voice was cool.
You make a mess of me. Problematic.
What was that line there? You made a mess of me. And let's take that back for some context. Because really, we make a mess of ourselves, right?
Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. Problematic. Problem is, I want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit. Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, I know I can do it on my own, but I want that real full moon black magic, and it takes two. Problematic. Problem is, when I'm with you, I'm an addict, and I need some relief. My skin and your teeth can't see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees, darling, please. I lose control.
This is class, man. Yeah, good recommendation. You know, to begin with, in all of this sort of the orange, the red sort of stuff, I was like, this is sort of your standard you know, there's lots of songs that kind of sound like that, right? You know, but it's just, I suppose it's just laying the foundations of familiarity, you know, to go, oh yeah, this is kind of, you know, nice and get it. And then when those lights change, the mood changes, his attitude changes, you know. Let's take it back. So when it changes, man, because his demeanor changes and everything, isn't it, you know? Oh, what have I done here? Let's try again. Here we go. Play.
You make a mess of me. Problematic. Problem is I want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit.
What's that lyric there? The pride something?
Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. Yeah, I know I can do it on my own, but I want that real full moon black magic, and it takes two. Problematic. Problem is when I'm
the way
with
his
you,
lips
I'm
going.
addict. And I need some relief. My skin and your teeth can't see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees, darling, please. I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me.
Great camera work as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
There's not enough guitar solos anymore, is there? You know, not enough great ones anyway. You know, and that was it a great one? I'm not sure, but it was a nice one, wasn't it, man? It fitted very well. There's something about this song that's reminding me of something else. When that what song is it? There's something else that it kind of makes me want to go into. You know, like, you know, when a DJ seamlessly mixes two tunes together, but I can't. It's escaping me. But anyway, old Teddy's going to come back in now with some more singing.
I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
It's a very interesting concept as well, isn't it? I lose control when you're not next to me, you know. And I think it's been, 7-8 years since I quit drinking. Did well for like 5, had a few relapses after that, and then sort of, you know, realised that it's just a waste of time, man. You know, it's a waste of time, and it's a waste of life. You know, it's just you. It's great in the moment, you know, but you're just borrowing from tomorrow, you know. And the reason I stopped in the beginning was because I realised I didn't want to not fulfil my potential, you know, because I couldn't curb my enthusiasm for those things. But then that led me down the road, you know, of eating better and exercising and, you know, all different kinds of, you know, self-improvement, adding things, removing things, whatever, just trying to find, you know, looking for what it is going to, like, satisfy those urges, those things, right? And it was a challenge, and I did it, you know, I stopped drinking on my own, you know. Yeah, gold star it is, you know. But when everyone else around me was still drinking and saying, you know, like, oh, it's not a problem, this, that, the other, you know. But But then, you know, I'd stopped drinking, but then it went to food, you know, like that's when I kind of realized, oh, it's not the booze specifically, you know, it's trying to change how I feel with external things, you know, or not wanting to feel whatever these uncomfortable things are, you know, and I've done that for so long that it took a long time just to even recognize what the hell was going on, you know, or what the hell I was feeling. And it's still like a challenge for me now, you know, and I'm still working it out. But my point is, I lose control when you're not next to me. Having somebody that loves you, you know, and cares about you like truly, you know, and sees you and understands you, perhaps even better than you understand you in some aspects, you know. Having somebody to be responsible for, that I find makes it easier, you know, because there's somebody you don't want to let down. There's somebody that you want to, not only don't want to let down, you know, you want to create the environment and the safety and the security for them so you both can thrive, you know. So I think that's probably what I struggled with over most of my life, really, is that, like, you know, not having that person. If I lose control when you're not next to me, it's even more. It was even more than that for me. It's I relinquished control, you know, gave myself over to chaos, you know, because I lived in chaos, you know, for over a decade, you know, and I mean, yeah, some of that was good, some of that was bad. I'm not really sure how to categorize that, you know, but I know that control and discipline and all those things are essential, right? Because discipline equals freedom. Because if you're not disciplined, if you're not in control, you are a slave to your whims and to your impulses, you know, and you need to bargain, you know, you need to sacrifice in the now, don't you, for the better future and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, I'm fortunate now that I have that person in my life that makes control for me not something that is just easier, but, you know, but something that I feel the want and the need to pursue, you know, on a daily basis, you know. And perhaps that a lot of that has to do with growing up, right, as well, because I've heard it said you can't grow up fully until somebody is more important than you are, right? And apparently usually that happens when you have kids, but there are other ways for that to happen.
I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. You're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
Cool, man. Thanks for suggesting that. Whoever it was in the comments, I'm sorry, I don't remember. But suggest me some more Teddy Swims, people. You know, if you enjoy this reaction, and I'll check it out. Take care of yourselves. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon.